The night was unusually quiet. The small-town gas stations flickering. Neon sign buzzed faintly against the dark sky. Daniel tightened his worn jacket as he stepped out of his old pickup truck, careful not to wake Lily, who was curled up in the back seat, clutching her stuffed rabbit. He could see her tiny breath fogging the glass as she slept. As he filled the tank, his eyes caught movement near the corner of the station. A girl sat on the curb, hugging her knees tightly, her long hair falling like a curtain around her tear-streaked face. Her clothes were clean but wrinkled, and the way she rested her hand over her round belly told Daniel she was pregnant and struggling. Something tugged at his chest. He'd seen people in pain before. He knew that hollow kind of crying that came from more than just sadness. It was loneliness, desperation. Daniel walked slowly toward her, careful not to scare her. "Hey, are you all right?" he asked gently. She stiffened, wiping her face quickly. "I'm fine," she whispered hoarsely, though her red eyes betrayed her. "Please, just leave me alone." Daniel crouched down beside her, ignoring the cold concrete pressing against his knees. "You don't look fine," he said softly, his voice carrying the same calm tone he used when soothing Lily after a nightmare. "It's freezing out here. Do you have somewhere to go?" Her lips trembled. She shook her head once, almost imperceptibly. "No, not anymore." For a long moment, the silence between them was broken only by the hum of the gas pumps. Daniel's heart clenched. He didn't know her, but he knew what it was like to feel cornered by life. Without another word, Daniel stood and went back to his truck. He rummaged quietly through the back seat until he found Lily's spare jacket, a small, worn hoodie with faded cartoon rabbits on the sleeves. He hesitated, then walked back and draped it gently around the girl's shoulders. She looked up at him in surprise. This is for a child." He gave a half smile. "It belongs to my daughter. She's sleeping in the car, but it'll keep you warm until we figure something else out." Her hands clutched the soft fabric, as if it were more than just cloth, something human, something kind. Daniel gestured toward the truck. "Why don't you come sit inside? Just until you feel a little steadier. You don't need to explain anything. Just get warm." The girl hesitated, suspicion flickering in her eyes. But exhaustion won over pride. Slowly, she rose to her feet and followed him. Inside the truck, Lily stirred awake. Her wide, sleepy eyes blinked at the stranger now sitting beside her father. For a moment, Daniel braced himself for fear or crying, but instead, Lily tilted her head, studying the girl's rounded belly. "Are you the baby's mommy?" Lily asked in her tiny, innocent voice. The girl's breath hitched. She swallowed hard, tears brimming again. But this time her lips curved into the faintest smile. "Yes," she whispered. The heater in Daniel's truck hummed softly, filling the small space with warmth. The girl held the too small hoodie close around her shoulders, as if it were the only shield she had left against the world. Daniel glanced at her as he drove, noticing how pale she looked, how her hands trembled when she thought no one was watching. "Do you have a name?" he asked gently, trying to break the heavy silence. Her lips parted slightly before she whispered, "Clara." "Clara," Daniel repeated, as though testing it, then offered her a reassuring nod. "Pretty name." "I'm Daniel, and that sleepy head in the back is Lily." At the sound of her name, Lily sat up a little straighter, her hair mussed from sleep. She leaned against Clara, her big eyes blinking curiously. "Are you going to stay with us? Daddy always helps people." Clara's chest rose sharply, as though the child's simple words had cracked something inside her. She blinked rapidly, tears threatening again, but she quickly looked out the window. "I don't want to be a burden," she murmured. Daniel's voice firmed, though still gentle. "No one's a burden just for needing help. Trust me, I've been there." Something about his steady tone disarmed her. For the first time, she dared to look at him fully, seeing not pity, but genuine compassion in his tired but kind eyes. Clara hadn't realized how desperately she'd wanted someone to say that, to make her feel like she wasn't too much, or too broken. For a fleeting moment, the ache in her chest eased. They stopped at a quiet diner just off the highway. Daniel ordered hot soup and grilled cheese for all three of them, insisting Clara eat first while Lily happily dipped her sandwich into her soup. Clara tried to keep her head down, but when Daniel stepped away to pay the bill, the cashier froze at the sight of her. His eyes widened. "Miss Hartwell?" he blurted, shocked. Clara stiffened, her spoon hovering midair. "Please," she whispered urgently. "Don't." Daniel returned just in time to catch the name. His brows furrowed. "Hartwell?" He turned slowly toward Clara. As in, Hartwell Industries? Clara's face drained of color. She set her spoon down with trembling fingers. There was no escaping it now. Yes, she admitted softly, her voice cracking. I'm the daughter of James Hartwell. He doesn't know I'm here. Nobody does. Daniel's jaw tightened as the pieces clicked. He had read about the Hartwells, one of the wealthiest families in the state. Yet here sat their daughter, pregnant, alone, and crying at a gas station like she had no one in the world. Clara bit her lip hard, tears spilling down her cheeks. They wanted me to get rid of the baby, said I'd ruin the family's name, so I left. Her voice shook with both pain and defiance. I'd rather lose everything than give up my chili.